information, but you know that you plan on blocking them or really just not talking to them later on. He don't look good to the point where you should be thinking that that's my man. You know what I'm saying? I like big niggas personally. You know what I'm saying? Because a big nigga gonna always make sure you eat. Understand? But let's lock in. Like, I would love to take you out. And I'm like, why do you still want to take me out after I answered the phone, hung up in your face, and blocked you for a second time? I promise you, I'm not that intrigued. About to fall, I'm waiting on your call. Next, and knock on my door. Filling up my glass, watching time pass. Glad that your mind at last. Step in my bedroom, I got something to prove. Everything you do gets me in the mood. Take it slow, baby, that'll make it last. You the truth, baby, how you do you down like that? Hey, night. Keep me satisfied. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Tap In Tuesday. Now, y'all know this is the recap. This is when I recap over, last week's episode, my week, what's to come, and I give y'all a little story time. So, y'all know I am the director, the producer, the editor, the camera girl on the recap. And then the other show, I have another little team that works with me, whatever like that. But welcome back. I'm trying to stay consistent. I'm trying to give y'all quality. Now, look, if y'all see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my phone. My camera is connected to my phone, and it just kind of like gives me an idea of like if the camera stops, if I'm out of view, if I'm out of frame. So look, it's a one-woman show. Bear with your girl. But I'm so happy to be back. And let's talk about last week's episode. Let's just get right on into it. Last week's episode, I had Isaiah Jaay on, and it was such a great episode to me and to a lot of others. I don't know if all of you watched it, but those that did, thank you. One thing that I really loved about the episode with me and Isaiah is that you could truly see that, like, we truly are like people that know each other. You can tell that we have a rapport. It was just so natural. He's just so easy to talk to. And just a supportive person, and vice versa. Like, I'm so proud of him. If you haven't, please go get his album. The EP is amazing. Like, let me tell y'all, funny thing is when I was editing our episode, the night that I uploaded it, I could not stop hearing Return the Favor in my doggone head. Like, I had to be up the next morning at 6 a.m. because I had to be on set for a series that I got booked for from my girl Lena. Shout out to my girl Lena. I also did Coach Faith with her, which is also on Tubi. And I also did Christmas the Right Way, which I played one of the lead characters in. So this is like my third project with Lena. I love you, Lena. Thank you for always thinking of me. Thank you for always adding me in all of your projects. So Tuesday night when it was uploaded, mind you, I had to be up at 6 a.m. I didn't go to bed until maybe like 12, 3 a.m. because the night when I'm uploading or the day that I'm uploading, it's always something. A hiccup always happens. And this is me being transparent. So the original episode, I missed one letter in Isaiah's last name. It was Isaiah Jaay, and it's Jaay, and I put Jayy. And so I was freaking out. Somebody pointed it out to me. Shout out to the person that pointed it out to me. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, I don't want to be delayed on the episode because I had already uploaded it. And if you know anything about YouTube and doing long form content, you know that you got to upload the day before, because if you try to upload the day of, you ain't going to see the damn content until the next day. So I had already uploaded the episode. So what I did was I kept the original episode up, but I had fixed the other episode and I uploaded that one and took down the first one, and I just didn't promote it. So that's a little bit of secret sauce when things kind of like are not where you exactly want it to be, but you figure out a loophole so you can still give the audience, they're not get the audience, but you still want your audience to know like you're not playing games. I still wanted it to be uploaded right at 6 p.m., but I knew that I had to fix it. So mind you, I was freaking out, but I calmed myself down. Mind y'all, on Tuesdays, I have play rehearsal, House of Reds. Hey, shout out to Miss Alicia PJ. We are doing a wonderful play. It is gospel-led play, House of Reds. I'm so excited to be a part of it. And yeah, so I'm uploading while I'm at practice. While I'm at practice, y'all, I get back home, the doggone video was not uploading. It was not uploading. The new version of the upload, that when I changed the name and I fixed it, it was not uploading, y'all. It was like on 8%, and I was freaking out. So I had to delete it, upload it again, delete it, upload again. Finally uploaded. I couldn't sleep. It was probably like 3 a.m. when I finally went to sleep. But even in the midst of me trying to get some sleep, because I had to be up at 6 a.m. to be on set, all I hear is um what do I hear? I hear Isaiah. I hear Isaiah in my head, return the favor. That's all I'm hearing. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh babe, you've been all on my brain. Tell me what can I do for you to make you feel the same? Oh babe, let me reciprocate. Let me return the favor. Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I'm hearing it just over and over. I was like, I can't get this song on my head. Because mind you, when you're editing, you're rewatching the episode 100 times, 100 times, 100 times. And this ain't my first time editing. Obviously, I went to school. I have a degree in directing and production. I be feeling like I be repeating myself a lot of times, but I be feeling like some of y'all just don't really be paying attention to what your girl be saying, okay? Like, I am truly a one-woman show, and I'm going to keep saying that I'm a one-woman show because I need y'all to understand that this is not a walk in the park. I just make it look easy, but it is not all the way easy. But anyway, that ain't the point. The point is I couldn't see when I just kept hearing return of favor, but the episode ended up loading the correct version of me spelling his name, and it uploaded, promoted it, got the views. We already at like 200 and some views. Now we can get some more views, y'all. We can get some more views. Help your girl out. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Y'all know I'm trying to monetize. We're trying to reach my goal for monetization this year, and this is why I'm dropping every Tuesday. And even if you look on my YouTube now, you'll see even I'm even doing like smaller clips of the episodes to just kind of like, break it down to just get as many watch hours as I can. And shout out to my friends. Y'all know who y'all are. For giving me just, some pointers, some advice, asking them like, what do you think? Would you prefer a performance at the beginning? Or would you prefer a performance at the end? Would you watch extra smaller clips? Would you do this? How would you, they like, oh, tag the people, collaborate with the people. So shout out to my friends, and just shout out to everybody who sent me messages, or send me words of encouragement and said that they watched it. Like, I'm not gonna cry because y'all know I'm a crybaby, but y'all don't really understand like how much that means to me to know that people are paying attention, and that um, people are supporting. And I know in the beginning, it can get, well, I'm gonna say this. Not that it can get like depressing or anything, or feel like nobody's paying attention, but I always have to remind myself that my audience is not necessarily my friends or my peers or my family. It's not necessarily them. Like, my audience has to find me, and that's okay. Like, so when people do repost or just even leave a comment, like, share, whatever, like, I'm very, very appreciative, because this is not an easy journey. And, first season, I feel like I had a good momentum and I had to change some things over, and I just had a lot of noise. I think I said this on the first episode. I just had a lot of noise in my ear of what I should do and what I shouldn't do. And now it's just like, girl, forget all of that. Just do what you feel is best. And so that's why I'm trying to keep up and do it for this whole year. I'm not really sure how I'm going to continue to do the Tap In Tuesday, the show portion, for a full year. I don't know. I'm really just walking on faith at this moment because it ain't cheap. It is not cheap. It is not cheap. And anybody that knows or has done their own production, and they're the ones that are, funding it, you know it's not cheap, especially when you funding it and you ain't seeing no return on the investment. Right now, I don't see any return on my investment. I'm just blindly putting my faith in it. I mean, last year I spent close to 10K, you know, doing the episode, maybe a little bit under 10K, but it was a roundabout. It wasn't, you know, it was a roundabout. It was up there. And I know that this season is about to be even more. And like I was telling my mom, and she was like, "So how much do you spend on it?" And I'm like breaking down the numbers to her, and I'm like, "Okay, so when I shoot the interviews, I spend about this much, and then when I do the musical portion, I spend about this much." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, like you've been spending that much money on doing this?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "How?" I was like, "I don't know. I really don't know." But what I will say is that God is amazing, and that He is always like giving me comfort in a sense. Like I'm in a season where I'm just kind of like, I can't worry about how I'm gonna get it done. I just know I gotta get it done, and I've been getting it done. Half the season, the first half of the season, will be complete. I got 2 more shoots, and the first 10 episodes will be complete for Tapping Tuesday the show, and then I have another additional 10 episodes that I have to shoot. And so that additional 10, I'm a little worried about, but we gonna make it happen. Shout out to my mom and my dad and my bonus mom. You know, they're always pouring into me. I really don't ask them for too much, but they'll just be like, "We want to sow a seed, you know, sow a seed." So shout out to my mama because she just sowed a seed in Tapping Tuesday this past week, and I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful. And I know everybody don't even have that, you know, they don't even have that type of support like I do. So I don't take it for granted, and I don't take your support for granted, you know. So please continue to subscribe, continue to like, continue to share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Even if it ain't your cup of tea, just play the videos so your girl can at least get her watch hours and reach her subscription. And I'm gonna say that every episode, and I'm gonna keep saying it every episode until we reach the goal. Okay. So anywho, moving right along, y'all know this past week my dad came to visit. He just left on Sunday, and we had a great time. Y'all know I'm a daddy's girl. I'm a mama's girl. I'm just a parent's girl, period. I'm the only child. If you did not know, I have no siblings. I came into this world alone, and I roam in this world alone, which is probably why I'm not a needy person, but I'm going to get into that part later. But anyway, so yeah, I got to see my dad. We had a good time. And you know what the funny thing is about every time I go out with my dad? Now, mind you, my dad is 64 years old. He looks good for his age, but he don't look good to the point where you should be thinking that that's my man. And I get it. I get it. The girls be out here with the older men, you know what I'm saying? They getting their bills paid, they getting things done, how they need to get them done. But that ain't my man. When I go out, people just assume that's my man. That ain't my man. That's why I emphasize on the daddy. I'll be like, "Daddy, this is my father. This is my father." I tell everybody that's around in the vicinity, anybody that I see, like, "This is my father." I just want to be very clear. This is my father. That's it. This is not my zaddy. This is my daddy. Heavy on the D. I'm actually about to start getting some shirts made that says daughter and dad. Because low-key, he'd be kind of cramping up my style. But, you know, unfortunately, there was no one that I even seen out and about where he had to even cramp my style. I went to this one place, and I ain't gonna say the name because, you know, I don't want to throw nobody in the bus. The place is nice. I love the place. But you know, a friend was like, "Oh, y'all should go there. The men be up in there." And the men are like my dad age. And look, I ain't discriminating on nobody that's older. But if you look older than my dad and you're actually younger than my dad, I want no parts of you. Because my dad looks great for his age. Let's just be clear. Very well in shape. He ain't got no big pot belly. His hairline is lining. He got all his teeth. He ain't missing no side tooth. No shade to people that's missing a side tooth, because I understand that getting a side tooth replaced, it is expensive. I understand that dental is expensive, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the tooth is in, all the teeth is in. He looking good. He ain't got no man boobs. None of that. You know what I'm saying? No shade if you got man boobs. Ain't nothing wrong with a little playground. You know what I'm saying? I like big niggas personally. You know what I'm saying? Because a big nigga gonna always make sure you eat. Okay. The last few I had, they wasn't big, but they was wide back. Okay. The back was a little wide. but it wasn't too wide. It was like a medium wide. You feel what I'm saying? But I ate so good. Oh my God, that's why I love me a man with a little weight on him. Cause I know he gonna feed me. You super strong niggas, ain't nothing wrong with y'all, but you not gonna be telling me that I can't have no 3 tacos at 2 o'clock in the morning and a Coca-Cola if I want. Now I don't even drink soda because y'all know my skin. Y'all know your girl got acne. I got adult acne, hormonal acne, but it's gotten so much better. Like, oh my goodness, I got a video on TikTok right now that got over 7.5 million views of me popping one of my pimples. I'm so pissed off about it, but we're gonna keep it along, keep it along, keep it along. So anyway, yeah, my dad came out, took him out, and let me tell you something. One thing about it, my daddy is such a like smooth, chill guy. He's very much he just has an aura about him, and people just gravitate to him. So like the ladies was gravitating to him, and he just be keeping it cordial, and he just be keeping it real respectful, and he'll engage in conversation, but he just keep it nice. And the thing that I love about my dad and his wife's relationship is that my bonus mom knows that my dad is a social butterfly, and she is too. But they allow each other to like do them, as long as the respect is there, no boundaries are crossed. Like she is such a secure woman, and so is he. But she know her husband. You know what I'm saying? She know my daddy is a social butterfly, and I just love the fact that and this is something that she said to me verbally when I talked to them about like how do you keep a marriage growing and going, because I think they've been married for over 25 years at this point. They got married when I was about 12 or 13, something like that, and I'm like in my 30s now, whatever like that. So yeah, it's been a while. But one thing that they always say is that like they allow each other to be themselves without trying to police each other. And I love that. And when I do meet my king, and when my king finds me, you're gonna have to let your girl just be. If you a man that's insecure and you can't handle, just me being a social person, not friendly, not flirting, not doing the most, but I am I am a lady that has an aura about herself, and people just gravitate to me. And me and Shauna talked about this in the first episode too. Like people they just love us. We got good energy. We got good vibes. I can meet a person one time and they can tell me their whole life story. And I can pour into them. We can say a prayer, and we ain't never got to see each other again. But when we do see each other again, it's always love. You feel what I'm saying? Now, don't get it twisted, because I can and I will curse you out, but I've been working on that, because y'all know I said in my stories not too long ago that ain't of the Lord. That's of the devil. Now, it's some things that I'm trying to work on or whatever like that, especially as I get older, and especially as I'm trying to, grow my brand, grow my career. I want people to see me polished, looking like, I got some common sense and things of that nature. But me and my dad, we had a great time. I got to go to Isaiah DTLA on Friday to see my boy Lawford, who plays amazing keyboard player. Called me up. I sung a few songs, you know what I'm saying? They're legitly bap or whatever, whatever, whatever. But yeah, it was a great time. So great time. And I love my dad and I love my mom. And this is why I got to get my money and my career and everything where I wanted to be, because I just want to be able to take care of my parents in the same way that they've been able to like take care of me. And I mean they do it selfishly. Is it selfishly? They do it selflessly. It don't matter. You know what I mean. Yeah, and I'm really blessed because I know a lot of people don't have that. It's actually not as common as I thought it was to have three parents in my case, that pour into you, want to see you do amazing, want to invest in what you're trying to do. And it's rare. So I know I am extremely blessed, and I do not take it for granted. But anyway, moving right along. I'm looking at my time, and that's why I'm looking down, y'all. Okay, bear with your girl. So anyhow, moving right on. Let's get into a little story time. So, have y'all ever met somebody and you knew that you really wasn't into them, like, but you being nice, you being cordial, you still exchange information, but you know that you plan on blocking them or really just not talking to them later on. I am guilty of that. Sometimes I'm not a man, so I can't speak from a man's perspective, but sometimes as a woman, it's just easier to let a man give you take the information and then block him right after. Because I hate to say this, but sometimes, not all times, but sometimes men just don't get the hint They not able to read the room. So I'll still be friendly and exchange information, but I don't plan on talking to you. I just want to let you know that I don't. And I also do it for a safety reason because niggas will knock you upside your head if you be too rude to them. Or, even if you say, I got a boyfriend, they don't even understand that. Like, you can't have friends. No, I can't. And if I could, I don't want to be your friend. Okay? Anywho, so this was some years back when this story happened. So meet this dude. He seemed cool. Not cool enough for me to have an interest in, but cool like a friend, whatever like that. Exchange the numbers, whatever like that. He was trying to hang out. I was curving him. I'm not gonna lie. I was curving. Like I'm like, oh, I can't. I got this going on. I got this going on. And I did, but let me tell you something. And I said this fast we can tell my daddy. Women and men, okay? We make time for who we want to make time for. And we make exceptions for people that we want to make exceptions for. Women will say, oh, a man need to do this, da 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 da. But there is one man that woman don't put that standard on. I can't speak for all women in the world, but there is a nice majority of us that give a little bit of exception to at least one person. And it might be something about him. Maybe it's his money, maybe it's his looks, whatever it is. Maybe he just somebody that you just been questioning or whatever. But sometimes the standard is not always placed on everyone. And I've been guilty of that. Now that I'm older, I try to stick to a standard across the board. But when I was younger, I definitely made exceptions. But that's not the point of this story. The point of this story is that I wasn't trying to make no time for the man, okay? I wasn't interested, so I wasn't even trying to make no time. So I think eventually he kind of got the point, right? And I ended up actually, no, he didn't get the point because I blocked him. I ended up blocking him. That was wrong of me. That was wrong of me. I'm taking accountability. That was wrong of me, but I did end up blocking him. So when I blocked him, I was also talking to somebody. I think this is when I was talking to Lil Braze, y'all. If you are a Tap In Tuesday day oneer, you know about the story of Lil Braze. Hey, Lil Braze, just in case you watching, child, because I know you be peeping. Stop. Anyway. So I think I was talking to Lil Braze, or I had just stopped talking to Lil Braze, something like that, because y'all know Lil Braze put me through the ringer, child. That's why I don't like being with kids now and baby mamas, because he just, he ruined it. He ruined it. That's why you can't have no kids and come over here. I ain't got no kids. I don't want you to have none. So anyhow, but we make exceptions for certain people. We make exceptions for certain people. So we're not going to sit up here and lie. But you got to be an exceptional man for me to make an exception for you. Okay? So anyway, I ended up blocking the dude, right? And at this time I had blocked Lil Braze too, because I was done. But I was thinking about Lil Braze. So I was like, let me unblock him. And I also unblocked Lil Braze because I still wanted my money. Y'all remember I let him borrow the money? Because he was short. And I thought it was with the money back, but I stopped talking to him before I got the money back. And then the nigga gonna say, well, I thought you said I could have the money. I never said that you could have the money. I said you could borrow, and then I needed it back. But that's neither here nor there. He needed it more than me. Amen. Hallelujah. I made the money back 10 times folded, right? So anyhow, so when I go to unblock Lil Braze to write him hey, I don't want us to end on a bad note. Want us to still have some type of respect for each other. I actually ended up texting the other dude that I blocked. So the other dude is responding back and he's just like, well, what happened? And I'm like, well, you know what happened about us getting into it. And he's like, okay, well, can you call me? Now he's feeding into the conversation as if he know what the hell I'm talking about in a sense. And I'm just like, why he acting like he don't remember? So I called the dude, FaceTimes me. I'm thinking it's Lil Braze. The dude FaceTimes me. When I answer the phone, it's not Lil Braze. It's the dude that I initially met and blocked a few weeks ago. The way I hung up that phone so quickly. I was like, hello? He was like, yeah, what were you saying? Click, block. I just blocked him. I literally just hung up and blocked him again. I was so embarrassed. And I was just like, oh my God, I done blocked the boy once. Then I spilled my heart out to him because I'm thinking he love braids. That just pissed me off. See, that's what happened when you film at home. Because somebody blocking somebody's gate, probably. Anyway, moving right along. I'm probably gonna cut that in post. We'll see. It might be funny. Okay, anyway, back to the story at hand. So I blocked the dude again. I ain't think no more about it. I go on with my life. He go on with his life, and that's that. I ended up texting Lil Braids. We ended up talking. It didn't go nowhere. Yeah, as y'all know, it went right back to square one, and that was that. About I'm gonna say maybe a year later, I go to a 1500 event. It was like my first time going to one of their jam card events. Layla Hathaway was there. Tasha Smith. I walked up to Tasha Smith and I said, "Are you Tasha or are you the twin?" She was like, "I'm Tasha." I was like, "Marcus." So it was a dope event. I mean, it had to be about 2 years ago at this point. So y'all, I'm walking through. Me and my sister Mira, we all up through the VIP. We having a good time. We in the bag. We meeting people. We talking to people, shaking hands, seeing people that we know. And sure enough, while I'm standing there, I get a little tap on the shoulder. Guess who it is? Just take a wild guess. No, it's not Little Braids. It's the guy who I thought was Little Braids, and I talked to him on the phone, and then I hung up in his face and I blocked him. It's him. Now, mind you, I don't even recognize him because one thing about me, out of sight, out of mind. If I don't know you like that, I'm horrible. I am so horrible remembering who people are. Y'all would not believe how many people walk up to me and they be like, "Hey, Terry," and I be like, "Hi, who the hell are you? How do I know you? When have we met?" They be like, and sometimes I walk up to people and I reintroduce myself and they're like, "Well, I already know you." I was like, "You do? Where do you know me from?" Because I don't remember. But I think that's from me, smoking the tree. I've calmed down significantly on that. Significantly. I'm almost done, but not quite. I stopped buying it. Okay, can I get an A for effort? I stopped buying it. But if you got some, I might hit it. But I'm working on not doing that no more. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. If we gonna keep it real, if we gonna tap in, I'm gonna keep it real. So anyway, the guy taps me on my shoulder, and he's like, "You don't remember me?" And I was like, "No." "Who are you?" He like, "Remember you was texting me and you was spilling out your heart, and then I called you on the phone, and then you just hung up in my face, and then I think you blocked me." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." Like, I was like, it was just a really bad time in my life. There was just a lot going on. He was like, "No, no, no, it's all good. It's all good. I can understand. Well, let's lock in. Like, I would love to take you out." And I'm like, "Why do you still want to take me out after I answered the phone, hung up in your face, and blocked you for a second time? I promise you, I'm not that intriguing. I promise you, I'm not. I promise you, I'm not." But he did ask me for my number again, and I think I might have blocked him again. I think I did. I don't know. I can't recall. I really can't. But yeah, that was a very interesting time, and I just think it is. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, "What are the odds that I run into the person that I thought was somebody else and hung up in their face and then blocked them for a second time?" And yeah, moral of the story is just don't give your number to niggas that you don't want to give your number to. And you wouldn't even have to deal with that. That's literally the moral of the story. Moral of the story is stop giving your number to people that you don't want to talk to. Stop giving your number to people that you have no interest in. Just let them know you seem nice, but no thank you. No thank you. No thank you. And sometimes I don't know how to do that to people because I am such a nice and friendly person. But like, if I'm not making no time to see you, it's for a reason. It's because I don't want to see you. And I'm just keeping it real. But I'm trying to get better at that. I have gotten better at that, but every now and then, I slip up, and then sometimes I've gave my number or not acted like I had interest, but sometimes boredom strikes, and you just be striking no conversations that you really don't need to strike up. You need to just leave them where they at. Leave them on the floor, darling. Just leave them on the floor, honey. So yeah, that was. I told myself, I said, "Yo, we're not gonna do that anymore. When you're not interested, you just need to not be interested." And I recently did it again, and I'm trying to really figure out how to like. I've been kind of like, but the person ain't clicking. It ain't clicking. He is adamant, which I don't mind, but I'm not interested. I'm not interested. And there's a plethora of reasons why I don't be interested in people. It ain't always about looks. It's just sometimes I just don't feel it. Like I've met men and I've dated, gotten to know and talked to men that fine as hell. Like somebody else see me, they would be like, girl, you was a fool. If we ain't connecting, we just ain't connected. I don't care how fine you are. If I don't have a spark, baby, I just don't got a spark. And we're not gonna force it. 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 I had a fine little 1-2 step last year. I had a fine little 1-2 step last. Actually, a little earlier this. Was it last year or this year? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what year it was. I had a fine little 1-2 step. Very, very, very handsome young it was just not clicking. It wasn't clicking. And it was dry. I cannot deal with a man with a dry personality. Like, can we kiki? Can we hee? Like, and it just was nothing. It was just dry. Anyway, so yeah, that was interesting. And yeah, like I said, more of the story. You ain't interested, you don't be interested. Like no need to fake the funk. But anyway, y'all know I try to keep my segments very nice and sweet. We are reaching the 30-minute mark. And I just want to tell y'all again, thank y'all. Keep watching. We're going to grow this community. You feel me? Like I am so dedicated to growing this community that I'm trying to build with this year. Like I'm very determined. Like I can't wait till next year in September to look back and see if I stuck to the goal. And that's the major thing. Like that's the main thing is sticking to the goal. One thing I've been noticing, especially in because every season is a new season. Now some seasons last longer than others, but every season is a new season for me. Like I have a certain amount of months that I'm like, okay, it's a new season, it's a rebirth, right? I don't wait till New Year's to be like, oh, I got a New Year's resolution. No, I'm in a season right now where it's all about me. I don't have the mental capacity to root on other people more than they root on themselves. I also don't have the energy to pour more into other people than I'm pouring into myself. Like I can give you a little bit, but the rest is for me. And I'm in a very selfish state right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you're not contributing to what I'm trying to do, if I can't learn from you, I'm gonna be keeping it very surface level with you. And it ain't personal. I promise you it ain't personal, but I got to give it my all right now. Like right now, I just feel like, and I'm not saying that I haven't given my all before, and I feel like I be saying the same thing over and over. And maybe I am, but maybe I'm saying the same thing over and over to remind myself of what the goal is and what we're trying to accomplish. Yeah, I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday, in last month, and in the year before. So I I gotta keep something for me. I gotta keep something for me, and I'm always a person that is uplifting and pointing to everybody else, and telling everybody, oh, you're this and you're that. And I'm not saying that don't nobody do it for me, because people definitely do it for me too. But sometimes I feel like I can tell somebody how great they are. And if they don't believe it, then it doesn't matter. It falls on deaf ear. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm gonna still pour, but it won't be pouring until my cup is empty. Uh-uh. And another thing that I want people to understand is like, me doing this, like I'm like, oh, I'm the director, I'm the editor, I'm the producer. Yes, I'm gonna continue to keep saying that because it ain't easy. This ain't something that is a super easy task. Like this takes dedication. And any goal that you want, it takes dedication. And I'm not entitled to you guys viewing it. I'm not entitled to people sharing it like that. Yeah, that's just, does that make sense? Like, I don't have entitlement issues. So, like, I don't get upset or feel like I'm deserving of certain things because I'm this to this person or because I did that or because, I think I should be at this point and I'm not. Like, no, that's just not how life works. Keep your blinders on, keep your, I don't want to say keep your head down and be working, but that's kind of like what I'm on. Like, if you think that everybody is deserving of things, right? But have you put in the work for what you think you are deserving of? And I can honestly say I haven't always put in the work as much as I thought I was. You know what I'm saying? Like I can take accountability and say you ain't always put in 100% like you thought. And so that's why this year is very personal. And when I say this year, I'm not talking about 2025. I'm talking about this year of Tap In Tuesday is extremely personal because I'm like, I've been doing Tap In Tuesday for a long time. If you know me, I started doing it during COVID when I was just on my Instagram live telling dating stories. And it all started when a nigga left me at the gas station. Who actually called me not too long ago. And I said, where is the money from that date? I still want it. He didn't deliver it, so he got blocked. And I know people be like, oh, blocking people is so childish. Well, baby, call me child's play because one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to block your ass. I do not care. Y'all be trying to act like, yeah, well, why you don't want to block people? Well, I do. I do. And if you don't, guess what? Clap for you. But please don't be trying to judge me and say, because I had somebody say, oh, you be blocking me, but that ain't so trying to say, it's not that serious. It's that serious for me. It's that serious for me because I don't play. I run a very tight ship. Now, however you want to run your ship and how you want to row your boat, that's cool. But I don't play them games over here. Very, very, very much will block you and won't think twice. But anywho, that ain't the point of the story. The point of the story is I am just very much like trying to do the work and do it at 100% and do it at 100%. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself, and I hope you guys continue to watch and continue to support, and whoever out there is my tribe and my audience, I pray that you guys find me because I'm looking for you. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. But anyway, next week's episode of Tapping Tuesday, the show, episode 4 will be dropping. I have an amazing guest. I cannot wait till y'all see who it is. She is funny, she is hilarious, and she is definitely on her way. She and just very much similar like Isaiah, like she is becoming. She is in her becoming era. So I can't wait till y'all see what me and my girl was talking about. When I say it's an hilarious, non-stop laugh. So, if you haven't seen me and Isaiah's interview, make sure you go watch that. If you haven't seen the first Tapping Tuesday, the recap episode with me and Shauna, go watch that. And make sure that you're watching this. And watch them all, baby. Just let them play, honey. Help your girl. Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, all the things are the things. And as I always say, if you want to ever come on Tap In Tuesday and chop it up with me, whether it be the recap, whether it be the real show, holla at me. Send me an email. Send me a DM. Now, mind you, to be on Tap In Tuesday, the show, you got to have an interesting story. You can come up on there and be putting me to snooze, okay? Don't put me to sleep, boo-boo. Wake it up. But anyway, I love y'all for real. And that is all, folks. Tap In Tuesday. Peace out.